Now think about it, a gang of beautiful girls who kept stealing in the same bank for 3 years, but despite this, neither the police nor the bank staff got to know about it. But after 3 years something happened due to which they lost all their hard work, and a small mistake of theirs put them behind the bars. But if you think that this story has ended here, then you are completely wrong, because at the end of this story, you will get a powerful twist. So watch this video till the end. Now at the beginning of this story, we see 3 different families who were trying to waste a lot of money because they were afraid that the police will arrest them at any time. Now in these 3 families, one family was of Bridget and Dawn, the second family was of Jackie and Bob, and the third family was of Nina and Barry. Now to understand this situation, we have to go back 3 years in this story. One day, Bridget went to her neighbor Mindy's party where she got to know that Dawn was going to sell her house. Hearing this, she immediately came to her house and talked to Dawn about this. Actually, Dawn is a coward, he is a thief and has been unemployed for the past few months, and because of this, he has a $3 lakh debt on his head, and to repay this debt, he has to sell this house here. Bridget says that we will find a job so that we don't have to sell our house. Now the next day, Bridget went to a lot of job interviews, but all the companies refused to give her a job because neither did Bridget have a degree, nor was she very old. Now that evening, when Bridget was reading job articles in the newspaper, then her maid told her that her check has bounced again. Now this woman knew about Bridget's situation, so she got her a job in a bank as a cleaner. Now when Bridget went to the security room to clean, she was shocked to see the cash on the screen, but then the manager of this bank, Clover, came to her and warned her that every staff in this bank is under strict supervision, so don't even think of doing anything wrong. After this, Bridget went to the bank's shredding room where she met Nina. Nina works in this bank to destroy all the broken old notes. Now when Bridget saw so much money being destroyed, then her heart sank. Now in the evening, Bridget went to a nearby supermarket and started buying household necessities. Meanwhile, she saw a lock which was the same lock that is used in banks, and this was the moment when for the first time Bridget thought of stealing. Now the next day, she searched the entire bank and found out many important things like the position of the cameras, which key opens which lock, and the most important thing, that the cash coming to the bank goes from which department to which department. Here Bridget noticed that to move this money a big box is used, and the lock key on this box is present in 3 places. Its first key was in the sorting room where broken old notes were separated from new notes. Its second key was with the head of the Treasury Department, Agent Vane, and its third key was in the shredding room where Nina works. Now after knowing all this, Bridget's job was to find people who could support her in this work anyway. The next day she noticed that security staff Barry and Sean were lining up for Nina, but Nina didn't bother them and quietly came out of the bank. Now as soon as she came out, Bridget stopped her and told her about her plan. However, as soon as Nina heard this plan, Nina refused her and asked Bridget to stay away from her, but Bridget didn't give up and followed Nina to her house. Here she showed Nina the lock which is used in the bank. Now after seeing this lock, Nina got very nervous and asked Bridget to leave. Now for now, Bridget left, but the next day she put the prospectus of many expensive schools in Nina's locker. Seeing this, Nina's mind also changed because she wanted to send her children to the best schools. Finally, she joined Bridget's plan, and now she needed only one companion. That's why she chose a girl named Jackie, because she was very happy and no one in the bank doubted her. After this, all 3 of them reached a bar and started discussing their plan. They explained Jackie the whole plan, and Jackie joined the plan without any questions. Now to complete this plan, she made a special code, and that code was to touch her eyebrows. Now the next day, Bridget hid that new lock in her belt and somehow she brought it inside the bank. Now during lunch, Bridget made a special sign, and here Nina also supported her, but Jackie shook her head, which meant that she was not ready for this plan. Now when asked, Jackie said that my heart says that something bad is going to happen today. Hearing this, Bridget and Nina scolded her a lot because of her, their plan failed today. However, in the evening, Jackie's words came true because today Glover checked a random security of all the employees, and today because of Jackie they were saved from getting caught. Now the next day, all of them made the same sign, and finally this theft started. Now first of all, Bridget went to the inspection room and changed the lock on a box with her lock. After this, she met Jackie and told him the number of the box to which she had changed the lock. Also, she gave an envelope to Nina which had the number of the box and the real lock. After this, Jackie went to the sorting room and picked up the 4937 box and went to the shredding room. Now she stopped near a lift and adjusted her hands in such a way so that she could not be seen in the camera. After this, she opened the lock and put all the bundles of money in the garbage bin. Now after completing her work, she reached the shredding room where Nina took out the fake lock and put the real bank lock on it so that no one would suspect her. On the other side, Bridget took out a garbage bag from the dustbin which had all the money. After this, they met in the toilet and hid all the money in their clothes. Now after the day was over, when all the employees left the bank, then Bridget and Nina saw that some money was coming out of Jackie's pants here. Bridget also pointed at her, but this dimwit did not understand anything. Now Nina flirted with Barry and made him pay attention, and taking advantage of this opportunity Bridget pointed at Jackie, but then for some reason, bank manager Glover started coming towards Bridget. Actually, in a hurry Bridget left her in the bank, for which Glover scolded her a lot and told her to be careful. Now during this time, Jackie's eyes also went on those notes and he pushed them inside again. Finally, these three came out of the bank and immediately reached Bridget's house. After this, they counted the money and distributed it among themselves. These three stole $90,000 in just one day. Now after seeing so much money they all went crazy and started raining money on each other, but the next moment, Don entered the room, and after seeing so much money his mind also became calm. Now Bridget told him everything, which made Don very angry. He told Bridget not to do all this, but Bridget also clearly said that she will continue to steal until her debt is paid. Now the next day, Nina went to the largest school in her city and got her children admitted here. On the other side, Bridget went to the bank with Dawn and kept half of her cash in the bank. Now these days passed and these three women continued to steal in the bank. Now no matter how much security there is in the bank, these people find a way to steal. Now after a few months of stealing, Bridget had so much money that she didn't need to sell her house. Now to celebrate this happiness they all met in a bar where Nina and Don suggested that they should stop stealing because they have collected a lot of money. However, Bridget refused and told both of them that we have to collect enough money so that we can spend the rest of our lives. Now Jackie and her boyfriend also agreed with Bridget, so they decided to continue stealing. Now after a while, Nina also agreed, but she kept this condition that none of us will buy such expensive things which will make the tax department or the bank suspect us. Now here Bridget accepted this condition, but the next day she went to a jewelry store and bought a ring worth $60,000. But when Nina got to know about this, she snatched the ring from Bridget's hand and flushed it in the toilet. Now after a few days, Nina was waiting for Bridget in this bathroom so that she can get the number of that box and get the real lock. But today Bridget got a little late, and in this hurry when she threw the lock bag at Nina, she couldn't catch it and the fake lock key got stuck in the basin. Now pay attention, one key of the fake lock was with Bridget and the other key was with Jackie, but they couldn't ask Jackie for the key because they didn't have her phone number, and if they went upstairs to get the key then the security could suspect them. Now here Bridget called Don and told him everything. After this, Don went to Jackie's boyfriend Bob and asked him to call Jackie and tell him everything. Now when Jackie got to know about this, he found a new way to get the key to Bridget. He told this to Bob and immediately started his work. Here Don called Bridget and explained her the whole plan, but in the meantime, Glover saw that Bridget was in the toilet for a long time. He got suspicious and came to the toilet to check her. However, Bridget started shouting at Glover that even after cleaning such a dirty toilet her salary is so less. Now seeing Bridget like this, Glover got scared and came out of the toilet. On the other side, she reached the lift of Jackie's building and wrapped the key in a swing arm and stuck it inside the lift here on the ground floor. Bridget took out the key from the swing arm and immediately ran towards Nina. Here Nina was trying to open the fake lock with the real key. Barry saw this and came to help her, but he also couldn't open the lock. Then Bridget came here and distracted Barry and threw the key towards Nina. However, Barry got suspicious about them because Nina had opened the lock but her real key was still hanging down. Now Barry went to meet Nina and told her everything. He told Nina that stop stealing in the bank or else I will tell everything to the police. That evening, they met in a bar where Nina revealed that Barry has found out about our illegal activities here. Bridget gave Nina an idea, but she didn't like this idea. Actually, they knew that Barry likes Nina, that's why Bridget said that if you convince Barry, he will forgive you. Initially, Nina didn't agree, but after forcing her a little she also agreed. The next day, she went to Barry's house and expressed her love. Along with this, she also offered Barry to join her team. However, Barry refused and asked Nina to leave. The next day, Bridget surrounded Barry in the bathroom and started lecturing him. She asked Barry that how can you reject a beautiful girl and so much money, but after a while, Nina told him that Barry is also ready to join the team. That evening, they met at Bridget's house and split the stolen money into 4 parts. Nina thanked Barry because now he will know about the sudden security check. They got closer and started kissing each other. On the other hand, Don explained to everyone how to spend the money so that no one will doubt them. Time passed by and it's been 3 years and now their life has changed completely. One day, Bridget held a party where she saw a stranger. Now she could think about her engagement and she started enjoying the party, but the next day, when she was cleaning the bank, She saw a stranger with a Glover. She got scared and she threw all her belongings on the floor, and that fake lock was also there. However, Bridget stepped on it and luckily no one saw. On the other hand, we see Glover with a man named Mandelbrot, and he was an officer of the federal bank here. He told Glover that there is a theft in your bank. Glover told Glover that the security of this bank is so tight that even a bird can't fly away to prove this theft. Glover asked Mandelbrot for some evidence, but since Mandelbrot was empty, he went to Bridget's neighborhood to collect the evidence. Here Don also saw Mandelbrot and called Bridget to surrender, but Bridget refused because if Nina was caught for the theft, the police would get rid of her that evening. The team held a meeting where it was found that Bob had invested more than $10,000, and because of this, they were on the radar of the IRS. Here Bridget says that the police have no evidence against us, but Nina says that what could be a bigger evidence than the cash lying in our house? Now all these people decided to go home and waste all their money. Then we see Jackie and Bob, who filled all their money in a truck and blew it up with a bomb, but before they could leave the country the police arrested them. On the other hand, Nina was caught burning her money while Barry was caught hiding the money in his car. Here the police also caught Don, who had spent all his money in the toilet. However, Bridget was saved and ran away with her car, but she was unaware that Mandelbrot was following her. Now that night, Bridget stayed in a hotel where she met Mandelbrot. Here she asked Bridget to surrender, on which Bridget said that you are not a police officer but a bank officer, so stay in your limits. On the other hand, the police interrogated the rest of the team, but no one spoke. Now the police tried to put pressure on Nina, but before she could say anything, Jackie took all the blame on himself. Here Bridget went to her neighbor Mindy's house and asked her husband to fight her case first. Bryce refused to take the case, but when Bridget gave him greed for money, he agreed. Then he went to the police station with Bridget and told the police that you have no proof that money was stolen from the bank. Now when Glover was asked about this to save his reputation, he also said that it is impossible to steal money from the bank. Now Glover's statement ended the police case, but the IRS case was still going on because none of them had paid taxes. Now they were saved from going to jail, but all their money was seized as a penalty for tax fraud. Now finally, everyone accepted this deal and were released after paying the money. After this, all of them went on their own, and after 8 months, Bridget, Nina and Jackie met again in the same bar. Now here Bridget told them that she has deposited a lot of money in the storeroom of the bar, and with the help of this money they can spend the rest of their lives peacefully. I hope you liked today's story. If you liked this video, then like it and subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comment how did you like the ending of this story. See you in the next video, but till then be safe and keep chilling.